Copyright laws apply to all contents of this video. Hello, JOMAJ Studios here, and this is our original fantasy action adventure, Like Water, The Next Age. Episode 7. Ruby, a young freckle-faced Caucasian woman, let out a big sigh as she takes a seat in the staff room of the primary school she works in. Is it that bad? Asked Diane, a middle-aged colleague. I love teaching, but it has become more paperwork than actual teaching, replied Ruby. Are you thinking of a career change? Responded Diane. Maybe. I don't know. You see, I love working with children. It's just I want to do more with them than a teaching job is allowing, said Ruby. Youth work? Not focused enough for me. Social work? I feel like I'll have the same dilemma. There's this project I heard about that gives people opportunity to run orphanages in rural areas, informed Diane. Really? Responded Ruby, now very interested. 6 months after looking into the scheme, Ruby found herself running an orphanage in a beautiful countryside setting. It was everything she dreamed of and more. One day, Sam, a 7-year-old who lived at the orphanage, wandered off while playing outside and found Zoo sitting quietly on a bench. Hello, greeted Sam. Didn't your parents teach you not to talk to strangers? Responded Zoo. Sam, unsure how to answer, looked back towards the orphanage and then turned to talk to Zoo, only to find that he and the bench was nowhere to be seen. All that was left was a black, untitled book on the floor. Sam picked up the book and headed back towards the orphanage. Sam, what do you have there? Asked Ruby as Sam walked in with the book in his hand. I found it outside, said Sam, handing over the book to Ruby and then running off. Ruby looked at the book, which she immediately found very creepy. So much so, she locked it away in a store cupboard. After the world changed, Ruby, her staff, and the few children that didn't go missing managed to survive a whole year, due to the fact that the water in their area stayed pure for a longer time than everywhere else because of a geographic anomaly. Then the orphanage was attacked by bandits and they were all dragged to their savage camp, where her children were either enslaved or cooked. After they were tired of abusing her, the bandits changed Ruby to a tree beside a garbage heap like a dog. Among the trash that mainly consisted of items taken from the orphanage was a book she took from Sam. Ruby began reading the book, which in turn opened up her spirit to dark forces, which she let consume her for the sake of vengeance. Now completely taken over by demonic forces, Ruby began killing every living thing in the camp indiscriminately, including surviving children that were once in her care. By the time Barnabas and I approached Ruby's orphanage, it was a nest covered in demonic fungus. Barnabas rolled a pebble towards the nest to see if anything was inside. Looks like it's empty, said Barnabas. Then, without notice, a 30-foot dragon leaped out of the nest, causing the young couple to disperse in opposite directions in an effort to get out of its way. Using his programming skills, Barnabas began to create and throw large boulders at the dragon, which began to knock it all over the place. Barnabas then created a huge concrete fist and shot it towards the beast while standing on top of it like a surfboard. The young programmer then executed a backward somersault as the fist collided with the dragon, causing it to stagger. On his way to the ground, displaying incredible agility, Barnabas began kicking the debris caused by the collision towards the dragon, which struck the beast like they were bullets out of a machine gun. As Barnabas' feet touched the ground, Eve leapt over him with the intent to strike with her sword the creature which was now on its back. The dragon in turn released a wave of fire from its mouth at the female warrior, who was instantly shielded by a sphere of wind created by her husband. This stopped Ice from being burnt alive, but not from being slapped into a nearby tree with the dragon's tail. The beast got back to its feet and shot another wave of fire at Barnabas, who utilized his programming skills to redirect the flames back at the beast, with zero effect. After the fire and smoke cleared, for a split second the dragon and Barnabas looked into each other's eyes. This isn't right, said Barnabas to himself. The dragon then began to run towards Barnabas, who stood completely still. Then, as the dragon was about to make contact, at the last minute, the programmer enabled the concrete pillar to shoot out of the ground, which in turn served as an uppercut that sent the dragon to the floor, hard. Eyes once again leaped into the air in an attempt to deliver a life-ending blow with her sword, but once again was slapped aside by the creature's tail. Barnabas manipulated the earth beneath the dragon to restrain it for a brief moment, while using the same programming technique he uses to extract poison from a person's body, but on a larger scale. So much so he yelled while utilizing the technique. A huge purple explosion followed. When the dust settled, Ruby was on the floor naked, muttering, "I couldn't save them. I couldn't save them." Barnabas, after catching his breath, took off his jacket and covered the traumatized woman with it. That is the end of episode 7, but before we go on, answer this episode's question. Did Ruby become a monster because she was a victim or because she lacked faith? Give your answers in the comments below, as well as on our Facebook and Twitter page. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, subscribe to JOMAJ Studio YouTube channel, add us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Link to our website and all social media can be found in the description box below. See you later.